Welcome back to another video, Tech Cars and More, and I'm P. Today we are going to review an open box of the CMF Watch Pro. For those of you that are unfamiliar with CMF, this is a sub-brand of Nothing, which the Nothing brand was introduced by the founder of OnePlus, Carl Pei. He decided to come out with his another brand. He left OnePlus, and about a year or so later, came out with the brand Nothing. I think his first product was the Buds, and then he went on to create other things, including two phones, more Buds, and he came up with this sub brand CMF, which stands for Color, Material, and Finish. If you remember, or if you know the Nothing brand products, uh, they lack color. Majority of them are, it's clear. You can see the internals, but basically it's the grays, the blacks, the whites, stuff like that. But this kind of goes along with the same concept, minus the clear. But you get the dot matrix type print, and the lettering and stuff like that, and the numbering, and also the simplistic, simple mechanical appearance of that. But they've added some colors, like you can get one that has like an orange band. So I think that's where the color part comes in. But this review they came up with three products. There was a charger, a watch, and some noise canceling buds. This review is only on the watch. So let's go. So this is the packaging. Very simple. This watch, one of the cool things about this watch is that it retails for $69. Now, I'm going to put that in perspective. So the lowest price Apple Watch, I believe, retails for right around $200. Samsung watches, when they're not on sale, are over $200. Every once in a while, you would see it drop below that on, like, say, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, maybe Amazon Prime Day. You might see it for, 180 some bucks. Then there are a ton of other watches that you could buy. Like if you search best-selling smartwatch on Amazon, you'll come up with these $30 watches, $40 watches, and so on, right? They're junk. They're made of plastic, the screen resolution is terrible, they don't have really many features, and yeah, compatibility with your phone is garbage. Beware. If you buy them, there's a reason why they're the bestseller, because people are just buying it because of the price and realizing they're junk and then returning them. So just buyer beware when you purchase something like this, like that. But this, $69, offers a lot of different things that those watches do not offer. And when I review this product, because this is going to be an open box, and a review. Now, I've been using this watch now for a few days, and in the few days that I've been using it, um, I've been paying attention to some of the things that I love about it. They would do better as well. But you'll see. We'll talk about it and go from there. But what I was saying, I'm going to try not to hold it to the standards of your Apple watches or your Samsung watches. This is strictly $69. So I'm gonna try my best. I might not be successful with it, but I'm gonna try my best. So let's get started. So again, simple packaging. This is how it came. It came in a big old Amazon box, and when I open it up, this is what was inside of it. So let's get this thing open. Peel this tab here, and now notice the outside of this is some of the color schemes. I believe these three colors are the colors of the bands. So like this is the band that I got. I got the almost like charcoal gray, which is this one. but you have the orange, and then you have the light colored, almost like light gray, silver color that they come in. Let's get this open. All right. So here you go. The inside, you have, so a little bit. You have the band in the middle. Like I said, this is the charcoal gray band. Peel this out. The charcoal gray band. Set this aside. And then here, little tab. This appears to be the power cord. Yep, power cord. Now, I'm noticing that it has a proprietary cord. So, if you lose this cord, guess what? It's the only way to charge it. You're gonna have to go out and buy another one. So, I would suggest if you go online, see if they sell the power cords for this yet. If they do, order an extra one. Or actually order a couple just in case. Maybe one to travel, and then one to stay home all the time. Never leave your nightstand. That way you know you have one always. So here's your power cord there. The other end's USB. That side. Inside of here also you have some instructions, it looks like. Yep. Instructions, user guide, and safety notices and stuff like that. What's this? This is to download the app, QR code. That's cool. And yep. So set that aside. And that's it in there. And this is the main piece here. Oh, actually hit the power button here. So this here is the actual unit. So it's on. This is the rounded screen action going on there. Let me turn that off. Go off. Little rounded screen action. It feels like this aluminum edges. Also, you have the plastic back with your heart rate sensors. And this here, I'm guessing, is the connector for the charger. Let's take a look. Yep, magnetic. Oh, is that backwards? There it is. So here's the charger. And yeah, so let me pause this video here, and I'm going to connect the straps, and then I'll be right back. And I'm back. So here we go. Bands on the charcoal gray. It was pretty easy to install. This is a typical, I think it's a 22 millimeter band. As you can see, it has these little like metal pins that you can slide to install it and take the actual strap off to replace it if you want. I had similar bands on my Samsung Gear Watch, and they were easy to replace. I almost wonder if you can use those same bands on this watch as well. I'm going to try it out, maybe go order a couple of inexpensive bands off of Amazon and see if they connect to this. And, you know, that way it gives me a little bit of customization. I can tell you I did search for bands for this online and nothing came up. Believe that, you know, there might not be a lot of manufacturers, aftermarket manufacturers, are making bands for this watch yet. But I'm sure as more and more people buy it, the more bands that'll come out, especially on platforms like Amazon and eBay. So just, you know, pay attention, look out there, see what you can find. But pretty nice soft band. Seems pretty durable. Has the belt-like clasp here, so it'll definitely stay on when you put it on. But
really nice presentation. Color is amazing. One thing I'm noticing, this has an AMOLED screen, 1.69 or 1.96 inch screen, which is pretty sizable. One thing that I will say though about this, the bezels around this are pretty big. They're not as noticeable when you use the watch faces that come with the watch. But if you try to add something with like color in the middle, you can definitely see the watch bezel. So just know that they're there. Now, for me, it doesn't bother me as much because I'm going from a Samsung watch where I had the classic where it had the bezel around the outside of it, that like the physical bezel, and that's how they got away from having the bezels similar to this one where you can see the bezels. So it doesn't bother me as much, but I like it. I like the design, the weight. It's not too heavy. It doesn't feel cheap when you put it on with the aluminum bezels and everything, or the aluminum sides of it. It's not bad at all. Again, review this as a $69 watch. So let's talk a little bit about, some of the features and everything like that. So one of the things that they say about this watch, it has things like 121 or 122 different sports modes, which is really cool. A lot of them, it's like treadmill, biking, jogging, swimming. This is IP68, so you can get in the water with this. Don't have to worry about it getting wet and breaking on you. Just as any smartwatch that you have. Oh, there's a heart rate monitor trying to do its thing. As any smartwatch that you have, just make sure that you do what you have to do to get the water out. So shake it really well. Make sure you get the water out. The screen, as I said when I was unboxing it, it slightly has a curved screen. So make sure that you don't bump the screen. I did see some like screen protectors for it on Amazon. So if you get a chance, pick up a screen protector, maybe put that on it. I don't know what it'll do for like the touch part of the phone, the touch screen. So beware, because I didn't see any settings where you can adjust the sensitivity of that. And I know with like some smartphones, when you start to put screen protectors on, it kind of messes with the touch screen where it's not as responsive. So just beware if you do that. But yeah, I would definitely maybe look at something like that to protect it. Also with this watch, so I said the 122 sports functions, water resistance. One of the things that it says is it has 13 days of battery life. Now, I have not had this phone or this watch for 13 days, so I can't say that it lasted me that long. Well, I can tell you the last couple days that I've used it, from opening it, taking it out of the box and charging it, I have not charged it. I know my wife, her Apple Watch, if she doesn't charge it overnight, it dies. My Samsung watch, I could go almost a day and a half, but that would die within 2 days. This watch, let me get this on here. What are we looking at here? What does that say? 40%. So 40%, and I have not charged this thing in 2 days. So if it was at 100%, 2 days later, it's at 40%. So we could get maybe 5 days, maybe, out of this watch. I'm going to keep running it until it almost dies. So we'll see. But so far, 2 days is at 40%. That's pretty good. Now, I can say that one of the things about this watch that I don't like is the connectivity to my Android phone. I don't have a nothing phone. I'm actually running the Pixel 7a. So It does connect to some of the apps like Facebook, Messenger. I get the notifications, and some other apps. It does not connect to my messaging app, the one that comes on the phone. So anytime I get a notification on my phone, it doesn't connect to this. And I know sometimes I have a little bit of difficulty with phone calls. Like if someone calls me and I answer it on my phone, and then I try to switch it to the watch, it doesn't always connect to the watch. But if I answer it on the watch, it'll, it'll let me talk on the watch and everything like that. Um, but that's one of the things that I noticed that was a problem with it. It's probably something that they'll fix with an update. Again, this is a new watch, but that was one of the couple of things that kind of bother me about this watch. Now, the call quality on this watch, very good. My Samsung watch, people could hear me, but one of the things that I didn't like was I could barely hear them. I had to have the watch basically up to my face, and at that point, might as well put the phone up to my face. But they can hear me pretty well. This speaker's excellent. I definitely can hear people when I'm using this watch. So that's not a problem. There were a couple other things that I noticed, but I'll talk about them there, in a little bit. But we talked about the screen size. Resolution on the screen is 410 by 502, which it has a PPI of 332, which is not bad. I did notice outside on a really bright day, which we had one about a day ago here. It was a little hard to see in direct sunlight, but I still could see it. But it's screen resolution again for a $69 watch is amazing. Viewing angles on this watch are amazing. You can definitely tell it's an AMOLED screen. I can look at it from any angle, and you still can see the watch face, right? So really good screen resolution. Another thing that about this watch is nice is like more expensive watches. It has the raise to wake every time you move your wrist and you do that. It turns on, so that's nice. Now there is no always on display. So maybe that's something that they'll work on in an update or something like that. And again, all of these things that I'm saying that are negative about this watch could be all fixed by updates. Now, I will say one thing that did impress me. This watch hasn't been out that long. I believe September 21st is when they had the blind drop on the CMF brand. So from September 21st till it shipped, people started to get it. And when I opened this box up and I turned it on for the first time, there was an update. So it's promising. That means that they're updating this watch pretty regularly, which is nice. So a lot of the things that I'm saying that are wrong with the watch right now, possibly will be fixed in updates. So just stay tuned. We'll see how it goes. But a couple of the other things about this watch, the battery. So this has a 340 milliamp battery. Again, it says that it has 13 days of battery life. I've been running this for about 2 days. Like I said, it's at 40% right now. I have not charged it. And so 340, with the fact that I'm not getting my text notifications and there's some other notifications that I'm not getting, that could play a part of it. Once they fix that feature, maybe that battery life will drop a little bit because, as we know, we get more text messages than phone calls in today's world. So as people are texting, your battery life will probably drop. We'll see how much it drops. But right now, it's really good with that 340 milliamp battery. Sensors. So it has the accelerometer, has a heart rate sensor, blood oxygen saturation sensor. It also has GPS in this watch, built into the watch, which is really good. It has something like, I think it's two two GPSs in this watch. I don't quite understand how that would work, but maybe they'll activate it to do more things when updates drop for this watch. We'll see. But it has 24-hour heart rate monitoring, which is really nice. Has like sleep mode, a bunch of different things that come with this watch, which I think was really, really nice for this. Again, the 120 plus sport modes. This is running Bluetooth 5.3, which is the most recent Bluetooth, which is pretty impressive. Again, for a $69 smartwatch. And again, you can make phone calls with this thing, receive phone calls. It also has a dialer built in, and you can actually dial the number from the watch as well. It works with your voice assistant. It's not very fluent with it. Like, it's not like you can hit a button or hold on to it and then it'll start to, go to your voice assistant. What you actually have to do, let's see if I can get it to it. You have to swipe over, and then there's a voice assistant function on there somewhere. I don't know exactly where it is. I can find it. But in order to do it, you have to go through some steps in order to do it, and then hold it, and then it will allow you to do your voice assistant. Phone calls. Another one of the things that, kind of disappoint me about it is it doesn't import your contact list from your phone. You actually have to mainly go through the app that you download onto your phone for the CMF phone, and you have to manually enter contacts that you want on your phone. So I think one of the reasons why they do that, and I noticed that there's a lot of cloud-based things with this watch, like your watch faces are cloud-based. So it doesn't slow down your phone. So they probably have it so that it limits how many contacts you have on here. It might limit, let's say, emails, how much your retention is for text messages, your phone log, all that stuff, right? Just to save on space and also keep the watch moving pretty quickly and snappy. Now, I will say this watch does move pretty good, pretty snappy, especially for a $69 watch. So, yeah. So that's another thing. And again, who knows? That might be something they can fix with updates as well. So I said Bluetooth 5.3, which is really good. Built-in microphone. I did notice one feature. I was playing around with my music player, and I was playing around something else, and it seemed like I can play the audio through this watch. But every time I would select watch as the audio, it would go to the watch, but then it would go back to the phone. So I don't know if that's something that, similar. It has something to do with the similar way where if you receive a phone call and, like I said, you answer it on your phone, but then you try to switch to the watch, it'll do this almost the same thing. It'll go to the watch, but then go back to your phone. So maybe that's something that's messed up. They'll play around, do a software update, fix that. That'll be pretty cool if you can use your watch as a speaker. Even if you can use your watch it's the voice recorder. So I try to use my voice recorder on my phone, and I use my watch as the microphone, and it would do that. It would go from watch back to the phone real quick. It wouldn't stay on the watch. So maybe that's something they'll fix as well. We'll see. Like I said, it's IP68. So that's pretty good. It's dust and water resistant, and it has built-in alarms, so you can set multiple alarms. It has a stopwatch. It also shows the weather, and that's another one of my things that it was kind of disappointed about. So the weather. Now, this watch, I don't know if this is the US, the global version, or if this is, because it's a global version, or this is all their versions, right? But if you go to the weather, it doesn't let you change between Celsius and Fahrenheit. There's no way to change that, not even on the app. So that definitely has to be fixed by an update. For those of you that go by Celsius, great. If you go by Fahrenheit, there's a problem because you can't get that on the watch. So that's another thing that now it does show my local weather, which is cool. It just shows it not the way we report the local weather here. So I know it's rainy, but what's the temperature outside? I don't know how to decipher that. So that's something that they'll hopefully fix in an update. Let's see. Drop resistant. They say it's the 1 meter drop test, 100 times past that. Scratch resistant. It doesn't say whether this is Gorilla Glass or not, so I'm guessing it's probably not Gorilla Glass. And that's basically it. This is compatible with iPhones and Android phones, and of course the Nothing phone. It probably works seamless with the Nothing phone. I don't know what it works like with an Apple or an iPhone. Maybe I'll purchase another one of these things because they're so cheap, and I'll give it to my wife, let her play around with it and see how it works with the iPhone and report on that. But as for now, I have no idea. But it says it works with an iPhone. It's pretty cool. But yeah, this is the CMF Watch Pro. I hope you guys like the review. Check this watch out. I can say that for $69, I am extremely happy with this watch. This thing feels good, looks good. Now, it doesn't have, all the bells and whistles that your Apple or your Gear watches or your Amazfit or any of those, higher end watches have. This watch is amazing. I would definitely check this out. Pick it up. This could be your second watch, maybe, so something that you just wear around, not for special occasions, or, it's going to be something that, you're like, I need something. I'm going to be traveling and I don't want to, have to keep charging my watch. So, I want to buy this watch for the battery life. This is definitely a good one to have. A lot of the watches that I see that have great battery life, like your, what was it, your Fitbit watch and stuff like that, they couldn't do phone calls. They couldn't do a lot of the things that this could do. So that's how they got around, with the battery life. But this thing does phone calls, and it's still giving me days of battery life. So if you're looking for a watch to travel, this right here, this is the watch for you. I hope this review was helpful. Please hit that like, subscribe button, hit the notification button to get more videos like this. And I